Imagine checking your bank account and realizing half your paycheck is already spoken for before you even buy groceries. That's not bad luck. That's by design. Credit card companies aren't your friend. They're engineered to keep you paying forever. Stick around, because today we're exposing exactly how they do it and how you can break free. Let's get real for a second. You're in your 20s or 30s, hustling to build something, maybe launching a side business, saving for a house, or just trying to feel like an adult who has it together. But every month, that credit card statement hits. And suddenly you're staring at interest charges that feel like a tax on your dreams. Right now, the average American carrying a balance owes around $7,000 to $10,000 in credit card debt. Total revolving credit card debt just crossed $1.2 trillion nationwide. And here's the kicker. Most people aren't maxing out on luxury vacations or crazy splurges. It's everyday stuff: groceries, gas, that emergency car repair, or just bridging the gap until payday. The real pain? That minimum payment trap. You pay the minimum, maybe $50 or $100, and feel like you're making progress. But 70 to 80% of that goes straight to interest, not principal. You're spinning your wheels, paying thousands extra over years, while your credit score gets dinged if you miss one payment. It steals your mental energy, kills your ability to invest in yourself or your business, and quietly shifts your focus from building wealth to just surviving the next bill. Credit card companies know this. They design statements, apps, and rewards to keep you in the cycle, because the longer you carry a balance, the more they profit. Story 1. Take Walt Disney. In the early 1920s, young Walt poured everything into his first animation studio. Laugh-O-Gram. He took on debt to fund projects, including loans that functioned like high-interest credit in that era. When a major client went bankrupt and didn't pay, the studio collapsed. Walt filed for bankruptcy in 1923, wiped out and deeply in debt. He could have quit. Instead, he moved to Hollywood with almost nothing, learned from the failure, and focused ruthlessly on controlling costs and owning his creations. 5 years later, he created Mickey Mouse. That led to an empire worth billions. Lesson? That can crush you if you let it define you. But hitting rock bottom forces clarity. Actionable tip. When debt feels overwhelming, do a full financial autopsy. List every card, balance, interest rate, and minimum. Cut known essentials cold for 90 days. Use that freed up cash to attack the highest interest debt first, avalanche method, while paying minimums on others. It's not sexy, but it works. Story to Henry Ford's early ventures failed spectacularly. His first 2 car companies went bankrupt due to poor management and mounting debts, including investor loans that snowballed like credit card balances do today. By 1903, he was broke, reputation damaged, and creditors circling. But Ford refused to stay down. He studied what went wrong: overspending, lack of focus, and came back with a simple, revolutionary idea. The Model T, built efficiently so everyday people could afford it. He insisted on cash flow control and scaled smart. The rest is history. Ford Motor Company became a titan. Lesson? Failure from debt isn't the end, it's data. Actionable tip. Build a no-debt buffer habit. Story 3. Closer to home. Consider someone like Claire from Real Debt Payoff Stories shared publicly. At 22, earning just $30,000 a year, she racked up $30,000 across 14 credit cards, travel rewards, addiction, lifestyle creep, emergencies. Minimum payments ate her paycheck. Interest buried her deeper. She felt trapped, ashamed, and like her 20s were slipping away. Then she flipped the script. She tracked every dollar, cut subscriptions, took a side hustle, and used the debt snowball method, paying smallest balances first for quick wins and momentum. In just 1 year, she wiped it out. Now she's debt-free, building investments, and running her own creative business. Lesson: momentum beats perfection. Small wins rewire your brain from scarcity to control. Actionable tip. Pick one small debt to crush first. Celebrate when it's gone cheaply. No new debt. Then roll that payment into the next. Track progress visually, a simple spreadsheet or app chart. Seeing the balances drop is addictive in the best way. The system is built this way on purpose. Credit card companies make the bulk of their money from interest. Average rates hover around 20 to 25% and fees. They push minimum payments because studies show people pay off debt much slower when they see that low number. It feels manageable. So they keep spending. Psychologically, swiping a card feels painless, less pain of paying than cash. Rewards programs trigger dopamine hits like gambling. They send pre-approved offers when you're stressed, knowing emotional spending spikes. And those pay over time features at checkout. They're high-interest loans, disguised as convenience. Real example. One major issuer's own research found that showing a lower minimum payment on statements reduces how much people pay above it by design. Another tactic, increasing your limit because you're responsible, which tempts more spending and higher interest revenue. But here's the empowering part. Awareness is power. Millions escape every year. People who treat credit cards like tools, not lifelines, built wealth instead of losing it. Pay in full monthly, earn rewards for free, and invest the difference. Or if you're in debt, refinance to lower rates, negotiate hardship programs, or consolidate. You don't have to stay controlled. You weren't put here to spend your prime years paying interest to billion-dollar companies. Your energy, your ideas, your hustle, they're meant for building something bigger. Freedom, impact, a life on your terms. The good news? The same system that traps people can be hacked for your advantage. Start small today. Pull up those statements. Make one extra payment. Cut one unnecessary subscription. Feel that shift from victim to owner. You've got the grit. Look at how far you've already come. Keep going. The version of you who's debt-free, investing aggressively, and chasing bigger goals. He's already waiting. All it takes is deciding today is the day you stop letting plastic control your life and start controlling it instead.